And so here we are. Welcome to the SoulSearching Experience Luxury Retreat. And now we've done a little bit of admin work, recap of the day. So we've gotten up after we've gone to bed at 3 a.m. Today, this morning, gotten up at 8, had an amazing meeting, then had an amazing workout, scheduled some admin calls or like some admin work towards the calls for next week, making my calendar for next week. It is all good. And now will be lunch, one more YouTube video, and then we're already going to get back to all of my clients and the deal that we have been working on this afternoon, going to a coffee shop and then getting back to everybody. This is certainly absolutely exceptional and exciting. And so with that, let us take a look now at what we are actually doing here at the Soul Searching Experience Luxury Retreat. Find life's guidance, live your dream, and be a leader of change in the world, because we want to be leaders in our own lives so that we can take the decisions that we know exactly where we want to be led and where we want to lead. I just came back from a sports class and I realized that there was nobody there. It's meant to be between 9 and 12. I showed up at 11, 2 hours late. I get it, but I also got busy and have meetings on a Saturday, so I can't always just, even though I want to prioritize that, making these 3 hours. All right, cool. So here comes the lunch. All right, and we're back. So the lunch delivery has worked. And yeah, so welcome to the Soul Searching Experience Luxury Retreat, the life seminar. Find life's guidance, live your dream, and be a leader of change in the world. Well, as I said, and I showed up there at 11 a.m. and there was nobody there, and it's unfortunate, but I realized the difference between going there and needing to lead myself, deciding what I'm gonna do. Of course, I did a bit of getting back to some people that I'm in contact with and hitting the boxing sack. And I realized that this is still hard because I'm still myself in the leadership position, making the decisions. So I really enjoy that when I go there, just surrendering all of my own leadership and just be led and be instructed. Take a group class and just let them tell me what to do during this class, what kind of exercises we do. I enjoy this tremendously, where I can just switch off my brain and just do a little bit of mobility, a bit of movement together with other people. I enjoy this tremendously, and it is so valuable for me, these classes. And so be a leader of change in the world, be a leader in your own life, and find out what you want to lead and where you want to be led. Because part of what leaders do, in my opinion, as I observe it, is going to massage, going to a restaurant, dining, right? All of these things, being served the food and having staff that take care of the essentials, having an assistant and team members, right? Finding out where we want to lead and where we just want to be served, because that's why people pay an extra in the restaurant, where they're like, I cannot think about this on top of that as well. I'm running my construction company, my wealth management firm, my whatever that is, and I just want to have a nice dining experience and nobody stressing me. I just want to relax, right? That's what a lot of people want in a nice dining experience, or have a good conversation with a business associate or a partner or somebody, or their wife, or somebody that they truly friends, that their children, taking the children out for dinner. Anyways. Leadership. And so, yeah, finding life's guidance. There are three main aspects to the soul-searching experience, but I would like to preface all of this explanation with saying that this is not such a seminar where you just go and you learn a whole lot of information. This is not such a seminar where you're going to flick through the pages of the handbook that you're being handed on the seminar door with a high five and a chaka. Although we might actually do that because that is fun, and it is also beneficial to know how to hype yourself up, but it also has to be grounded in reality with actually doing the right things. But having the skill to hype yourself up and getting yourself out of a negative emotional state in the moment is good. It is a good skill to learn. The same way as to, set your emotions aside and to do what needs to be done right now in the moment. Now, we don't want to do that all the time. We don't want to always be reliant on us jumping up and down, doing push-ups, or making intense movements, or listening to some inspirational music for us to get at state. We want to ideally do that naturally eventually, but it is also beneficial to be able to do that in the same way as to be able to set your emotions aside. The caveat with that and the challenge with that is that it is not selective, meaning you can only shut off your feeling as a whole. So if there's one particular um, emotion or feeling that you have identified that you do not want to feel, you can only shut that off selectively, all of it, and not just selectively. And so by not wanting to feel one certain emotion, you shut off all of your feeling as well. And that is one thing that we want to take a look at the soul searching experience, because my view and my approach to living a better life is that we learn to feel all of our feelings, not all of the time so that we just swayed around by our emotions. But here there's also a caveat and the difference and the differentiation between learning how to feel your emotions and learning to not indulge in them at the same time, right? Meaning you don't need to shut them off, you just need to allow them, but without running towards them, without indulging in them, without being too much, without letting the emotion too much encompass you. There's a difference between feeling them or being totally distant and aloof, and feeling them and then indulging them. These are like little subtle ways that become increasingly important to learn as we deal with people and with leadership and with reading people, understanding people, because you can only witness in people what you can witness in yourself. So that distance, or rather the objectification of what you're observing, the consciousness of it, meaning you being able to step back and observe it, so you break the identification with you. So in order to identify it, you have to break the identification with it, right? So that it is not just you, but so that, like, you are angry. It's a very particular, words are powerful, it's a very particular way of talking. But that you feel the anger, right? And not shutting it off, but like feeling it anyways. And so that will lead to a life where we feel all of our emotions, because that is part of the challenge of life, isn't it? What do we do with our thoughts and our emotions, and how do we get all of this into balance so that we just naturally do the things that we truly want to be doing in this life? And so this is what the soul searching experience is all about: finding life's guidance, live your dream, and be a leader of change in the world. So as I said, this seminar is not such a seminar where I'm going to give you a whole lot of information. How it's going to work is the following: we will have 5 consecutive days, and we will see which days work the best, whether we take the weekend up front and do them 2 days before, or we do Wednesday, Thursday, and then throughout the weekend, or we start Tuesday and then you have Sunday to travel back home. We can see about that. There will be other activities at nighttime. We will have a voice AI chat functionality where you can reflect some things on top of the conversations that we are having. There are spa offers. There's obviously very healthy and clean food. We don't offer any fried food. There will be meat, but we also have vegetarian and vegan options, which sometimes can be beneficial to have a very, very light diet as you're going through these emotional processes, because heavy food makes you sometimes tired. Now, it is necessary that you have substance in your nutrition, but you can go 5 days just like with a lighter diet and maybe just eat some fish or some chicken, or only vegetables and grains, or sweet potato, whatever we're offering, right? We'll make that work for everybody. And so that will be it. And massages and sound healing work if you want to, where it's, as I said, one of those experiences where you just go there and you surrender the leadership, you just let the process happen. And so as we were reflecting within the seminar, you can lay down, and we have very talented musicians playing healing music that is meant to stimulate and lead you into an inner process where things can resolve, right? That is no guarantee that it will, but this type of setting and surrounding with the energy of the mountains around Cusco and the work that we do in the way that we do that makes you more prone and more inclined to go into these inner processes and experience resolution. So finding life's guidance, live the life of your dreams, and be a leader of change in the world. That is what the soul searching experience is all about, and I would love to see you there one day.